Hello there. Today we'll be learning how to use negative numbers. First, we should know what a negative number is. A negative number is any number which is less than zero. So when a number is smaller than zero, we call it a negative number. If this is our number line, for example, somewhere here we may have zero. Going to the right is 1, 2, 3, etc. So you notice that as the numbers go downward, backward to the left, they get smaller. And when it gets to zero and it starts going below zero, you start having a negative of 1, negative of 2, negative of 3, and etc. In a more elaborate video, I will demonstrate to you how negative numbers are to the left of zero, how that works in real life. But for today, we shall concentrate on using these negative numbers. I want to make this video very short. I'll give you short rules on how to use negative numbers when solving mathematics. That is the objective here. So the first thing you should know is that we can summarize the negative numbers issue into two simple sections. One, using negative numbers under addition and subtraction is just the same rule, addition and subtraction. So when doing addition and subtraction, it means there's nothing like multiplication and there's nothing like division. If you have something like 2 minus 5, something like uh, negative 4 plus 1, something like say negative 3 minus 4. These are classic cases of addition and subtraction. There is nothing here like multiplication, so it is always addition and subtraction. So what do we do in case A? The rule that works here is called it cannot go. It cannot go. This one works with it cannot go. It cannot go that you apply here. So what does this one says? 2 take away 5. In primary school, we'll say it cannot go. So what you do is read this problem backward. Read it as it is 5 take away 2. If it's 5 take away 2, the answer is 3. So it means our actual answer here is negative 3, because originally this difference is not possible on positive numbers. So if your answer is it cannot go, it means your actual answer will be a negative. So that's it for it cannot go. For negative 4 plus 1, anytime you see a problem begin with a negative like this, it means you are supposed to use a rule that we will call borrow and pay. I know a lot of us may have learned this topic some other ways where they gave us a bunch of rules. Okay, take the big number and the sign of the small number and do what and what and what. Yeah, I know all of that, right? But the objective here is to help your confusion. Help your confusion. I want to help your confusion and not add to it. Okay. So you should leave here feeling more confident rather than feeling more confused. You get the point? So let's take this out for a bit and let's continue with this. So what you use here is borrow and pay. What is borrow for the purpose of this lesson? Borrow means we are dealing with the negative sign. Meanwhile, pay means we are dealing with the positive sign. And whenever we want to evaluate this kind of problem, We will always be asking the question more or less. Take note, we shall use that question a lot. So let's get back to work. B, -4 plus 1. So what are we saying here? That you borrowed. You see why we say borrowed? Because of the negative sign. You borrowed how much? Maybe 4,000, let's say. You borrowed 4,000 from your annoying friend who will first insult you before giving you the 4,000. Yeah. And then what did you do here now? You paid back 1,000. We borrowed 4,000 from this friend, and then we came back and paid. Why is it paid now? Because it's plus. We paid him back 1,000. So question now is, did we pay more or less than we borrowed? If it is more, it means our answer will be positive. If it is less, it means our answer will be negative. We will still be owing him or her. So if we still owe, it means it will be a negative. If we added some dash, it means it's going to be a positive. So we borrowed 4,000, we paid back 1,000. Did we pay more or less? Of course, we paid less than we borrowed. So it means we still owe how much now? 3,000. That's our answer. We borrow and pay. That works like magic. We come here and do the same thing. What did we do now? We borrowed 3,000. And then what did you do again? That's right, you got it. We still borrowed 4,000. So we borrowed and then borrowed some more. So this time we did not pay. More or less does not work here. The question we ask now is, how much did we borrow altogether? Because we borrowed and borrowed. So we borrowed 3,000 and we borrowed some extra 4,000. So all the way we only borrowed. Our answer must be a negative. Of how much now? How much did we borrow altogether? 7,000. That is it for addition and subtraction of negative numbers.